Gotten so much so that you actually contemplated taking your own life.
Yeah, I was 15 at the time, like it said, and it was bad. Like, my parents were working late, and I would be in my room all the time alone, and you would just get words, fatty, lame, worthless, dumb, stupid. And it was sometimes they even go racial too, like go back to Mexico or Beaner, and it was just things where, like, you're 15 at the time, you want to be the popular kid, you want to be the kid that everyone likes, but that was yeah.
So they weren't talking to your face, because that's hard to do. They were using this to send messages.
They were doing both, but it was more on the phone, on social media.
So how's that as a parent? You're seeing a young kid, Benson, if you don't mind, for us, you're young. A 15-year-old contemplating taking his own life. How did that make you feel?
Well, it's heartbreaking because, as a father, you want your kids to feel strong and you want your kids to have friends. And it's amazing to me the level of peer pressure that kids are dealing with today, because when we were kids, you'd have maybe 3 or 4 kids, call you names and they'd gang up on you. But now it's 300 or 400 or 1,000 who all want to join in on the joke. And it can be devastating to the world of a teenager.
Were your parents in on this, or were they in the dark?
No, they were definitely in the dark, and they never knew. And there was one point where they were working so late, and then I was just tired of the comments. I said, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being called all this. And my stepdad had a safe full of guns, because we used to go hunting. And I went down and I grabbed a gun and I said, I'm done with this. I put it to my head and pulled the trigger.
You pulled the trigger?
But it was on safety.
Oh, jeez.
And so I took it off safety. I said, all right, here we go. And I had it back on my head. And then once I put it back on my head, my parents opened the garage door. And I had to go put it back. And I can say that was a God moment for sure.
Wow. You better believe it. Look. So what made you decide not to try to take your life again? What changed?
I went to a conference, and a pastor said, you're worth living for. You're not hopeless, you're hopeful. And I am now at a church helping youth and helping them if they go through it.
15 years. So Kirk, if a parent suspects their child is being bullied, and a lot of us don't have the look, so that's part of the message I'm hearing from you, Mancini, is look. What can we do? What do you recommend?
Well, what we tell our kids is the best strategy is not to return evil for evil, but overcome evil with good. And to remember that a lot of the kids that are doing the bullying are people who feel so insecure themselves that they try to put others down in order to lift themselves up. And they're jealous of things oftentimes. And so I think if our kids can hear from us as parents that your identity is not formed by what other people tell you you are, but who your mom and your dad tell you you are, that you're a child, we love you, we're proud of you, and you get your identity through your relationship with God, like Mancini is saying, that results in a healthy self-image.
What do you think about this documentary that Kirk's made?
I think it's amazing. I think it's definitely needed for this generation and this era's kids, because you see a lot of it, and it's sad, and we want to stop it.
So, you can speak to a young generation in a way that Kirk and I can't. And I want you, if you don't mind, look in that camera right there and tell folks that you want to influence what your life has been like and what they should be looking forward to.
Definitely say that your identity is in God, not in the words that they tell you. Ignore them. Second thing is tell your parents, be honest with them. They love you, and most importantly, God loves you, and you're not alone.
You're not alone. That's probably the bigger message. Thank you, Kirk. Fantastic, as always. Something in that Cameron blood makes it work. Listen, if you